So hey, what's up guys, Roblox here and welcome back to our F1 2018 career mode. Here we are then for episode number 4, and as you can see we're going to be heading into round 4 at Azerbaijan, and as you can see, take a look at the standings, we are 2 points, just 2 points behind our teammate Fernando Alonso. We've been doing a lot of updates to our car, upgrading and getting some more development on the go. So as you might remember from the end of the last episode, we turned the difficulty up to 100% now. So let's see if how we cope on 100%. We were on 95% AI difficulty, but now moving up to 100. So let's see if we can maintain this momentum going forward, but we do need to push ourselves, because ideally I would like to be on 100% difficulty. That's what we were on the previous game, so let's see if we can carry it forward. Right then, so let's get into the workstation and let's see what we've got going on. Right, okay, so if we go across to the R&D tree, take a look in the R&D tree. Didn't mean to smack that button so loud then. So what we've got going on, if we take a look at the powertrain, we've got this in development, should be 1 week away. This is going to be another 2 weeks away. Department capacity reach, okay, because we're doing this rear downforce over here, and then we've got this major upgrade coming our way. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to save the resource points, I think, for now, just because every department's busy. We'll build up some more resource points, and then we'll see what we can do going forward. Right, so we've got Magnussen or Ricciardo. Now, Ricciardo's going to be tough to beat, but Magnussen's probably going to be there or thereabouts in terms of our performance with our car especially. So let's see, we'll go for Kevin Magnussen. And there we go. So let's get ourselves into practice, do a few practice sessions, but we need to really get used to this Baku city track. It's a bit of a tough track, but let's go.
Welcome to the Baku City Circuit, where free practice for the Azerbaijan Grand Prix is about to get underway. This is a technical circuit which will nonetheless see some huge speeds, with a near flat-out final sector that's twice the length of Shanghai's back straight. Let's see who can find the right balance in their setup today. Anthony Davidson is here as usual to help take us through the action. And I've seen some questions on social media and other places about this current crop of F1 cars and why they're so much faster now, despite being significantly heavier than the previous generations of machines. Take us through that one.
I'd be happy to, Crofty. And simply put, it's a matter of grip. Now, that comes from two sources. You have what we call mechanical grip, which comes from the surface of the tyre sticking to the road. And these tyres are significantly wider now when compared to previous years, so they have the potential for more mechanical grip. Then you have the downforce, of course, which pushes the car into the road as the air moves over it, thus generating grip. And these cars have about 20% more downforce, which is more than enough to overcome the added weight.
Right then, so here we are. Let's get on a new car setup, shall we? Actually, I think we might be alright if we take a look at the wings. 6.6 wings, that'll do me, I think. But then we've got the long straights, so no, we'll go for this preset here. 4.4 wings should be plenty enough for the low speed corners. So let's get into the first practice program, which is going to be track acclimatization. Right then, so we'll come to the end of the opening lap. So we're going to be starting the first track acclimatization lap for the program. Get ourselves some good resource points from this program, hopefully. So let's see if we can do it. So it comes to the end of this first lap on the track acclimatization. Should be enough as long as we get the DRS right. We missed one barrier. We didn't really miss it, we just didn't go through quick enough. So I don't know what that was about, but that's going to do me for that program, because I really don't enjoy these practice programs. I only do them because I want the resource points. And I imagine a lot of people are like this. Like, we had these exact same ones on the previous game, apart from this ERS management one. But I just don't enjoy doing them, to be honest. They're just, I find them a bit boring. It's only good in the way that you can get used to the track. So I'm going to do, we'll do a qualifying pace one, I think. Get a few laps under our belt, and then we'll head into qualifying, really. So as you can see, we pretty much completely cocked up the first lap. So we're going to be turning up the ERS deployment any second now, and we'll be getting into the second flying lap and hopefully doing a lot better. So this happened in practice on our qualifying practice program. See, we got a little bit wide out of there, went in a bit deep, and then trying to put the power down, could not control it. And that's practice over for us pretty much. I don't think the team will be getting back the car from that, so we're struggling for pace. But retirement is not what we want. But there's always qualifyings in there. We can always try and make up some time in qualifying. But we only managed to do the one lap, but 1:45.0. That was on the ultra soft tyres as well. So, you know, this track it's not been kind to us so far. So let's see if we can do better in qualifying them. So I'm gonna go for 2-3 wings. Now I'm gonna put 3 on the rear because I wanna get some better, less oversteer. So hopefully that should help with that. But bring down the front wing by 2, just to give us a bit more straight line speed. I mean, we're struggling with straight line speed, but Fernando seems to be doing all right. So let's get out on track then, and we'll have to keep an eye on this, won't we? We're doing okay. We only get, is it 3 engine parts?
Okay, let's update the setup.
Okay, so that's done. Let's get into our first flying lap. So we're coming on to our first flying lap then. We just got to finish this opening, well, the out lap, sorry. And then we'll see how we get on. So, got ERS deployment to the maximum. Obviously, we're not going to be able to go for another flying lap after this one because of the ERS, but let's see how we get on over the course of this lap then. Here we go then, coming to the end of our first flying lap. Let's see how we can do. We're on the back straight now. Just got to bring it to the line. Remember to put the DRS on, and let's see as we're hitting a much higher top speed now. We changed the setup. 208, 209. But it isn't even enough. We're 3.5 seconds off.
12th position on the grid.
And I missed the first corner. Not that we were going to be able to go again. So what I'm going to do, if I can keep it out of the barrier, turn this right down, and we're going to save fuel, save ERS up, and then we'll charge ourselves up for the next lap. Alright then, we've charged the battery up a bit. Let's see then what we can do on this second flying lap, and then we'll come in, fresh set of tyres, and then go again. So we're on the back straight then. We're losing time to our delta time, but we are a second underneath it, just about, but we're still losing time. It's going to be about 8 tenths by the time we hit the line, because we've got a poor entrance onto this straight. Oh, it's down to 7 tenths. Oh, 18th place. Let's get back into the garage then and see if we can change anything. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to change the setup to... We can't change much. We can change the front wing. I'm going to bring that down. Bit more straight line speed. I'm not feeling too much understeer or anything like that. It feels fine. So if we can drop it a little bit, reduce the drag, because this McLaren does have a lot of drag. So 142.1, Fernando's a 140.5, so we are way off the times. Way off the times. Just ahead of the Williams, and that's it. And 1/10 off of Brendan Hartley, but we've got to find another second. We've got to get in the low 41s, high 40s, so this is going to be a struggle. I don't know if it's the track or if it's because I've turned up the difficulty. We'll have to wait and see. We'll keep it on 100 difficulty for the next few rounds, but let me know what you think. Maybe I should put it to 98. I can't see. I just think it's the track. I have this problem on every game with this track. But anyway, let's talk in more racing. So, I've forgotten to change the tyres coming onto this new lap, so that is pretty annoying, but we'll just have to put up with it and see what we can do. I was trying to follow Hamilton. That is really annoying, so that's probably going to cost us some time as we hit the wall as well. I scruffed up the lap, so you can just see how much quicker that Mercedes engine is. Look at him coming, here he comes. And through this section, oh, the tyres have gone completely. Not a lot of grip. We're continuing on this lap though. We're not going to be able to gain any time, but we've held up Stroll a little bit. I'm going to back out. Oh my god. Oh, I was trying to pull across to the side, and Kevin Magnussen was there as well. Let's take a look at that. And I don't think I'll get a penalty for that, but I was trying to pull across to the side. And Kevin Magnussen, he went that way as well. I think he must have been trying to overtake us. I went, yeah. Oh, what an unfortunate way to end qualifying. Poor position, and then obviously collision with Magnussen, but it's the way the cookie crumbles for us today at Azerbaijan. The 4th episode isn't going to plan until we're way off the pace. But let's see then.
Good afternoon and welcome to Baku. This was the arena, if you think back to 2017, of one of the most eventful races of modern history, with controversy behind the safety car, last-second overtakes, and a historic podium for Williams and for Lance Stroll. So let's find out what lies in store for us this year. It's time for the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. Baku City Circuit. A warm welcome to Anthony Davidson, who's beside me in the commentary box today. Well then, after an exciting qualifying session yesterday, let's take a look at how the cars line up. Sebastian Vettel has a clear track ahead of him today. He starts in pole position, and Kimi Räikkönen completes the front row. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Ricciardo, Verstappen, Valtteri Bottas, and Perez, Magnussen, Alonso, Sainz, and Roman Grosjean. Hülkenberg, Hamilton, Charles Leclerc, and Gasly, Stroll, Ericsson, Sergei Sirotkin, and Brendan Hartley. The Professor and Esteban Ocon rounds off the grid. And with preparations almost...
So here we are then, we are on the grid. And I can't think of anything to do to help us here. I'm going to turn up the front wing to 2-3, although we're going to have heavy fuel load, so 3-3. That should help us out maybe. Race strategy. I'm not sure what we can do here. Not sure other than try and revert the strategy and hope for a safety car maybe. Yeah, we'll do that. We'll switch the strategy round and we'll go for a longer first stint and then a shorter last stint, and maybe we'll have a bit more pace. Hope for safety cars and stuff like that. But we'll see. Anyway, let's get into the race. Right then, on the start of the grid. See if we can get an okay start. We've had a pretty terrible start, to be honest, but got a short run into turn number 1, taking that inside line. And we got a Force India there, making contact with us. And we got a warning, and Gasly's going slow. Everyone's going slow at the start of this Grand Prix. Right, so engineer says we're doing okay at the start of this Grand Prix, which I'm pleased with. We'll come up the inside of the Toro Rosso. Bit aggressive, I didn't mean to hit him, but he's going to come back at us. Hold it around the outside, and job done. Up into P14, so recovering well from our poor qualifying session. So I'm going to put it into hot lap mode, and we'll see if we can... catch back up to Leclerc. He started to pull out the gap a little bit as we bin it in the wall. Yeah, I don't want to lose touch with this pack here. It's the second half of the lap where we've lost a bit more momentum. But I fear that Gasly's going to be coming for us. Even with our deployment all the way up, Gasly's still gaining on us. And here comes Ocon with that Mercedes engine. It's just so powerful, that Mercedes engine, as we make contact with the Toro Rosso. Oh, that was scary. That was scary. Right, taking a look at the replay then. That was a scary incident. If you take a look, we just drifted across our line a little bit and we almost lost it, but we managed to slot back in behind the Toro Rosso and the Force India driver. So we're trying to keep it with Gasly and Ocon, but we've lost touch with them, and we're using quite a lot of our ERS right now, but we're going to keep on pushing, and we might struggle at these early stages to keep with the ultra soft tyre runners, but we're going to go deeper into this race and hopefully come out on top, although it might have been more beneficial to stick with them on the ultra soft tyres and try and just graft it out, put in lap after lap after lap. But we're going for a different strategy. If we do the same thing as we were doing, we might not have ended up doing so well. But we're doing okay actually, sticking with these guys. So we've run very deep into there. That's one problem I'm having right now, and it compromises our run onto this straight. But I'm going to put the ERS up into high. That should help eliminate some of the... Is that one of the Mercedes cars on the map at the back? Was that a Williams? I just completely dropped what I was saying then to say that, but I can't remember what I was saying. But we're struggling with straight line speed massively. Absolutely massively struggling for straight line speed. I'm not sure why. Because Fernando Alonso seems to be doing alright in terms of lap times. But I think he is falling back. You can see further up along the grid, if you look on the minimap, he is falling back. I think that's one of the Haas cars that's going for him. But we've got Ericsson coming up our inside. I never thought I'd be saying this after the start we had this season. But he isn't able to get the job done. We keep it ahead of him, and we maintain 16th place. We're doing a proper Van Dorn job, being number 2 driver to Fernando Alonso. But we're going to keep on pushing. We do gain time for this first half of the lap on the AI. So we're not doing too bad, and these tyres should come into us pretty soon. So this time around we're going to keep the ERS deployment in medium. I'm going to start saving some of the battery, but I think there might have been a little collision or something ahead, because people had started to slow down but they started to pull out again. So I'm not sure what that's about, but Ericsson, he's really catching up to the back of us now. I imagine the AI are saving up their ERS deployment in that middle part of the lap where it's really slow, because you can see now that Honda is just gone. Here comes Ericsson into turn number 1. Is he able to do anything? I've braked at the wrong board marker, but it's okay, we got away with it. So let's keep on pushing then. The AI battling up ahead. I'm being a bit overcautious right now, which isn't what we want. But I'm going to turn our ERS deployment down along this straight. Ericsson could come and have a go, but I don't think he's going to have enough room. Again, I'm being very cautious on the brakes. I didn't mean to do that. So here we go then, all the AI are bunching up. I'm not sure why they're bunching up. I think it's Fernando Alonso up ahead of them, which is holding them up. So he's struggling as well, so it must be the straight line speed. He must have been alright in qualifying, but in the race it's proven more difficult. And here comes Ericsson. We've got the DRS as well, which should help. And I had to turn the deployment up, so everyone's coming in the pits now. So now is crucial for us in this race. Now is the time where we need to start pushing. This stage of the race now could make or break our race, so we need to keep pushing. Fernando's in the pits, so we'll see. This strategy might have paid off, you know. Tell you what, it's so hard to save the ERS around this track. There's so many long straights, and it just gets used up even if you put it in medium, as we mess that up. It just gets used up, and there's nothing we can do about it, and we've missed that apex there. So these guys are starting to struggle with their tyres, I can tell. But we're not able to make the most of it. So let's keep on pushing. We're going to be pitting on lap number 9, but I might come in a lap early. But we'll see. I mean, how are these tyres looking? Oh, they're looking alright. The rears have taken a beating. But we're currently in P6. Make that P1. We won't stay in P1 for long. We've got one of the Ferraris behind us. Here comes Sebastian Vettel on the back of us then. Here he is. He's going to be going for a move up the inside or somewhere. Like, here he comes around the outside. Jesus. What has gone on there? I'm going to get the blame for that now, aren't I? Look at that. There was nothing we could do there. If we take a look at this replay, see if it shows a bit better. He came around my outside. He could have sat him behind. He wasn't really in overtaking position. If you see now, he comes around the outside, clips me, and there's nothing I can do. And I'm just straight in the wall, and it's lucky for me that he's there. What do you guys think? Is there much more I could have done? If we take a look here, it's coming around the outside. and then I've locked up and just gone straight in the barrier. That could have been me losing the front wing there, but you can see the back of our car clipped him, and it turns us round. Let's take a look from on board Vettel, shall we? So on board from Sebastian Vettel, it happened so quick. He was just round the outside, and there's nothing we could do. And now there's a bit of a pile up. Let's see if we could see it from Kimi Räikkönen's point of view. He might have been a bit too far back. I think he was, but contact and we're both in the wall. I think I've lost part of my front wing, but Vettel's straight in the wall. So there's been an absolutely massive crash behind us, as we've said, and virtual safety car is out. So Vettel has been disqualified for that. What I'm going to do, I'm going to come in and I'm going to put on the soft tyres and go to the end while we've got a bit of a gap. Change of strategy could be a risk.
Maintain positive delta until the green flags.
So we're in the pit. Could be a risk, but there's a bit of a gap. So I'm going to take the gap while we've got it, and it might throw us up into a higher position. But then it's whether we have enough pace on these soft tyres. Oh, it's risky, isn't it? It's risky. But we're back in the race. I think we've gained some time. There is Leclerc. But we're on the harder compound tyre, so... Ooh, this could be a tough one, but we've thrown ourselves into the race once again. Daniel Ricciardo's out. So I'm going to have to get used to these soft tyres. Obviously I haven't run them, but they'll wear less than the super soft, so maybe they're a better race tyre. Here comes Hartley trying to come up the inside there. I thought he was going to make a move up the inside into that corner, very tight corner, obviously, where we had the collision with Sebastian Vettel. Not much we could have done about that, I think. It was a really tough one, because he did come flying down our outside, and it flung us across the inside of the corner and then across the curb, and then unfortunately we were caught in the collision. We both went in the wall. I got away with it and he didn't, but he is currently the championship leader, so
Teammate ahead is 3.4 seconds.
So yeah, it's really screwed his race over and his championship over, I imagine. So we've been coming to the end, wow, of this race, and we're on lap number 9, and we've got Fernando Alonso ahead of us, our teammate. He's fallen behind everyone, so this McLaren car is not suiting this track at all. Not suiting it one bit, so if we can pick off Fernando Alonso, that would be a good result for us. Obviously we need it for the rivalry. So I could do with getting ahead of him. So if we can use our battery a bit and our ERS to sort of help us with that, that'd be good. What I'm going to do, I'm going to put it into overtake mode. We're going to see if we can do this. See if we can hunt down our teammate Fernando Alonso. We're going to go for it. .2 seconds the gap is down to. Put it into hot lap mode, see what we can do. But I think we're going to be a bit far back on this lap for now, so I'm going to leave it in high actually. Leclerc's being passed by Fernando Alonso, so Fernando Alonso is able to do something with the DRS. But if these two keep battling, it will allow us to catch up, which is what we need. So we're now actually picking up the DRS, which is going to be useful. But we need to save up some more of our battery in order to be able to use it really effectively. So you can see Alonso's been passed again by Leclerc. Which is not good for him, but it's good for us. And especially if they keep overtaking each other, we're getting closer and closer and closer. But I need to save up some of our battery really. So we're trying to save up our ERS deployment. But we're going to need to turn it back up along these straights, or else we'll lose too much time to the guys ahead. We're going to keep it in medium. Use some rich mix, that should help us out. But like I say, we're going to keep saving it, and then we're going to go on one last charge towards the end of this race, I think. So Fernando Alonso's looking to get past Leclerc again. Is he going to be able to do it? He goes around the outside, or at least tries to.
They have an issue with their car. They're going to be slow.
So Leclerc is keeping Alonso at bay. How is he doing it? Absolutely fantastic stuff from Leclerc. While they keep battling, I'm just going to keep on saving the fuel, saving the battery. So they keep battling, and it's going to cost them time. So let's see if we can store up a bit of energy to help us go on the attack. So Fernando's right there, but this is where we'll lose time because he's using his ARS down here. We're trying to save it. I'm desperately trying to save it. Going a bit wide round turn number 1, but we get away with it. Luckily, there's a bit of a run-off there. And Alonso is still behind Leclerc. He's not able to get the move even with the DRS. He can't get it done. He's really struggling to get past that Sauber, which is obviously powered by a Ferrari engine. And our Renault engine, combined with our McLaren car, just doesn't have the straight line speed to deal with it. So I'm glad we're both having the same sort of issues. But obviously it's not what we want from the team. We've got this lap and the next lap to try and do something about Alonso.
2 laps of fuel left.
Right, let's use some of our fuel, use some of our ERS. I don't think we're going to be able to get any closer than this, so let's just go for it. See if we can release the pin. But we're gaining, look at it. We're gaining, and we've got the DRS. So it's Fernando, but I've got it in hot lap mode. Got absolutely no battery left. Can we line up a move? We don't have the traction. But we got the better tyres, I think. Verstappen's out the race. What is going on? Is everyone slowing down?
1.8 seconds.
I can't keep it out of the wall at the minute.
Caution.
Oh, what's going on there? Verstappen's out the race, so Alonso's going to get a point. Come on, it's getting crazy. Going to use up the rest of our spare fuel. Going to leave absolutely nothing left in the tank for us. That includes ERS. Lewis Hamilton sets the fastest lap of the race and takes the win. And we are going to end up being... Oh, massive kick of oversteer there. We're going to end up being 1 place away from having a point here. You would never have thought that after qualifying. How did we get so close? But again, we're finishing behind our teammate, which is not what we need here. Right, so from the race results, you can see Sergio Perez and Ocon got a 2 and 3 finish from that race for Force India. Ocon went from last to 20th, went from 20th to 3rd place. How does he do that? And then Renault of Sainz. How does Sainz get all the way up there with Renault engine? That makes no sense. Toro Rosso, Gasly made it all the way up there. It must have been what happened during the race, but myself and Fernando, we struggled. I came up from 19th place, so I'd take that. But all these guys, look at that. Vettel got disqualified because he obviously got stuck on the wall and he couldn't move, so the game disqualified him. Bottas all the way down in 16th place, so Kimi Raikkonen's got no points either, so it's a disaster from Ferrari. Let's see how the standings line up now. And Hamilton shoots up to 2nd place now in the standings. He's 22 points off of Vettel, so Vettel's still leading the way. We didn't gain any points. We dropped down because Perez shot up. And Ocon shut up as well. So the constructors now, we're under pressure from Force India. So that's a good win. But is it an anomaly for them? I don't know. Let's get into the their data center. Right then, so we are now massively losing the rivalry to Fernando and 3 points off of Kevin Magnussen. So losing the rivalries, which isn't what we want right now at this stage in the championship. We need to be impressing people. But let's see them. We've lost a lot of reputation with all the teams. Apart from Ferrari, for some reason gained, even though we were in a collision with them. That makes no sense. But that is going to do it, and it's time for contract time. So start negotiation. What does that mean? Attempts left 3. Negotiate with a different team. Whoa, what is all this? The contract negotiations, right? Team order. I don't want to be first driver yet. I can't do that. Team goal. Team order. Expected race position. That's fine. So, minor upgrade reduced. Minor upgrade time reduced by a week. I want that. No, I don't want to negotiate with a different team. No, I'm gonna get ourselves a bit more of a bonus. Expected race position. We could probably bump that up to 12. Let's propose that and see what happens.
Let's try something else.
Oh, try removing ID perks or proposing better qualifying and race goals. Okay. Get rid of that.
Our proposal has been accepted.
Let's see.
The contract will take effect from the next
Yes.
race weekend.
Okay, so that's good. We got ourselves the minor upgrades reduced by a week, which is good. So our contract value is much lower than our current value. So yeah, it's okay. It's okay. Well, at least we got our upgrade times reduced, which will help us. So let's head into the next weekend, where I'm not sure what the next weekend is actually, but it is coming up. But that'll be in the next episode. So if you did enjoy this episode and you want to see more, remember to smash the like button. Share it around with your friends as well. If you are new to the channel, do make sure you subscribe for more F1 2018 career mode. And I guess for now, we will see you in the next one.